All right, let me tell you about the next lesson. This one cost me $100,000 in my first year of business. If I wasn't so wildly optimistic, if I hadn't had written this book, I would have shut down the business because of this. All right, and what I did was I started my new business. I was super excited, and I started spending money, spending way too much money. One of the things that got me was going to business networking events. And you know what happened at most of those? People are going to sell you stuff. And I really like people. I'm like a yes man. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I see the value in this. I see the potential in these people and their product. And so I was like, yeah, I'll sign up for that membership and for this, and let's sign this contract and let's do that. And I had this wrong frame, this mental frame in my head that if I spend money, I will make money. That's a very low level, it's a cliche for a reason. You got to spend money to make money. No, to make money, you have to spend way less than you earn. That's how you make money. Signing up for contracts and for services in no way guarantees your success, okay? The one person who cares about your business and cares about you succeeding is you. No matter what anybody tells you, especially good salespeople, they're going to convince you that the solution to your business is going to grow your business is their product because that's their job. And, eventually it's going to be your job to convince people that they have to buy what you've got. But especially if you're like me and you like people, you're easily sold. I know that I'm easily sold. And I spent so much money just wasted down the drain in that first year of business. It almost killed me. So when you're going from 0 to 100,000 to $1 million a year, you have to look so carefully with a magnifying glass at everything that you're going to buy, all of the services and products, and say, do I really need this? Does this contribute to my bottom line? Can I deliver my product without this? And then you have to read the fine print in the contracts, because the contracts made it very difficult for me to get out of those services that I bought so willingly. So there's none of this, when you get your phone bill, you get your electricity bill at your house, you don't read the fine print. That's fine. It's a consumer product, whatever. In business, it's different. You have to read the fine print because you'll get slammed on it. People will hold you to the contract and it will cost you money. Nobody told me to watch out for that. And nobody told me that spending money does not guarantee income. Here's what does. What is going to make you money? Investing in yourself. Okay, that's a really good start. And what I mean by that is if you take a course on sales and you pay $1,000 for it, that is going to make your money back. If you take a course on social media, on how to make viral social media content, and you get 10% better, probably you're going to get 50% better than you are now, that's going to be worth your while. If you pay an agency $1,000 a month and they guarantee this and this and this, first of all, you're not going to learn anything because you're going to say, oh, they're handling it. I got somebody taking care of that. Well, are they really? Do you even know what questions to ask to find out if they are handling? What are the KPIs? What are the metrics? What do you need to be tracking? What do you need to check in with them regularly and hold them to that standard and say, are you meeting this standard or not? Is your product worthwhile and bringing me value? So learn this expensive lesson from me. Don't do it the hard way. So going back to the previous module, don't believe that you already know the answers because, oh, my buddy that I golf with told me I just need to advertise in this one newspaper and his uncle's dog's friend made a ton of money advertising here. No. You got to put in the work. You got to figure it out yourself. Okay, learn how to say no. Watch those expenses. My overhead just ballooned. I thought, oh, I have to have this and this and this. Did I buy this equipment? No, keep a leash on it. Because if your actions become a pattern. Okay, so if you start out and your pattern looks like this. Let me grab a marker here. Okay, it's a pretty simple chart. If your revenues, these are your expenses and revenue. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're making, this could be $1,000 at the beginning of your business, or it could be $100,000. If you start now to get into the pattern of I'm spending more than I'm earning, or I'm spending before I'm earning with this unrealistic expectation that it's going to generate returns, that's not a plan for a successful business. That's not a model that works. Okay, it's a really advanced thing to say, all right, I'm going to take in $100,000 worth of investment. If you're buying equipment, that's something else. A tangible asset that you have to have, you're manufacturing a good, okay? That's one thing to invest in. But taking all this money and saying, oh, I'm just going to spend it here and here and here and hope that I get the result before the income is there. No. Don't do that. That's going to put you upside down. And then This is where your psyche starts to eat at you because now you're upside down. You're in this negative position. You're in the red. You're not making money. Now you get, some people call it commission breath. You just get desperate. And now in your sales calls, you're going to come off as desperate. You're not going to be able to sell and build the rapport and be friendly with people because you have to get the money to pay for all these crazy services that you signed up for. And I'm talking from personal experience. I made this mistake 100%. Like I said, it cost me $100,000. You need to make that mistake. So be smart with your money, know how to say no, and find out for yourself. Okay, a lot of things you're going to need to learn how to do them efficiently and effectively, and then you can look at hiring it out when it makes sense to do so. And we'll talk about that again in another call about sales. So you're going to need to sell first and then deliver and then spend the money so that you can deliver the product. But it's very different to spend on cost of goods sold, that is your product or your service or whatever it takes to deliver that, versus spending on these intangible things like the marketing, the services, the subscriptions, the technology, the different software. Okay, so watch your spending.